Let's open the file, and we ended last time with the 90-degree frame, the connection piece for the frame. So we're going to go ahead and turn those off. And I want to go back up and look and see what direction we created that. It looks like front. So you saw that circle pop up. So we're going to go to front view. And we've got to create another tube. We're going to go 27 inches for this front tube. It's going to go in to that base connection. And we're going to need that to get the angle for the back quad connection. So let's create a new sketch. We're going to select front plane. Again, this will give you repetition. We're going to select the center point circle. We're going to go to the center. We're going to left click and draw out. And then we'll release that. We'll hit escape. We'll go up to dimensions. We'll select that again. We'll draw that out. This needs to be a 1/2 inch tube like we've created before. And now we can close that sketch out. And let's go up and go to top view. I just want to make sure, yeah, that's the direction we were going to go. You saw how I hovered over the very first sketch to see the direction, make sure I was in the correct plane, because I want this tube to be in the same plane as the first two sketches. Left click on sketch. We're going to select our plane, top plane. We're going to select the line tool. We're going to go to the center. We're going to hover over the center. We're going to left click and then draw out. Left click again, pull away from that and hit escape. We're going to go up to the dimension tool again. Left click on that, come down, hover over the line and left click, draw to the side. And we want this to be 27 inches. Hit enter. We're going to close that sketch out. We're going to go back. Oops, wrong angle. I guess any angle would work here. So we're in isometric view. We're going to sweep this path. So I'm going to go over. I want to make sure it's solid, new. It's asking the faces to sketch. So this is going to be the outer part of the circle. Left click on the outer part. You'll notice that the swept path turns red. We want to left click on that. Now it's turned blue, and we'll come over to the line and it'll sweep the path. Now we can close that sketch out, and we're going to go to shell, and it's asking faces to remove. That's in blue, so we know it's activated. We're going to go out here to the diameter of that tube. Left click, and then we've got to rotate around to the other side. Left click that circle, and we want this set at 1/16 of an inch. So 0.625. There we go. So we've created the 27-inch tube that we're going to need for assembly. I'm going to go to top view. Now I'm going to rename those sketches that we just created so that I know what they are. Now you'll notice I'm not renaming the sweeps or the shells or the transforms, not renaming any of that, just the new sketches. And that'll tell me that if I rename these, I'll know that these sweeps and shells in between the parts or the sketches go to the sketch above. So let's rename this. Right click, rename. Let's just say 27-inch front tube. And I'll do that for each one of the sketches. Let's go up here and go to transform, and we'll do the X, Y, and Z. We're going to transform this part here, and I'm just going to pull it to the side so that when we turn these on, we can kind of see them all together. This won't affect anything when we go to assembly. And I'm going to rename this part down here so that when I assemble these, I know what each part is. Okay, good. So that's named. Now let's turn these all back on and kind of look to see if we need to move any other ones around. So I'm going to move these last two 90-degree parts. I'm just going to move those to the side. So let's go here. Let me deactivate that. I'm going to select part 3 and 4. And I'm going to go up and I'm going to transform, and we'll do an X, Y, and Z for both of those parts. And I'm just going to move those to the side. It at least allows me to see all the parts we have so far that need to be assembled. We're going to go into assembly view. So you notice down here at the bottom, we were in Parts Studio. I'm going to left click on assembly view. And that's where we're going to bring the parts in to kind of put these together and make sure everything's fitting and get the angles that we need to actually build the part in real life. But we're going to do this in stages so we don't get too far and have to go back and redo parts. We're going to make sure everything is the angle that we want. That'll save us work in the future. So we're going to go Insert, and we're going to go from Parts Studio, and we're just going to insert all of these from the Parts Studio that we have right now instead of selecting each one. Now we could go all the way through and create all the parts, but some of these we don't know the angle that we need yet. So let's just do all of those parts from Parts Studio. Let's just put these down here and let's check that. Now we can start to orient this and move things around and make sure everything is fitting together.